Hey, welcome to Tech in the Temple. Thank you guys so much for joining me one more time this week for another programming session. First of all, I'd like to apologize for my absence last week. I had just a few days prior to recording, had last minute surgery on my back, and so I'm a little bit robotic still at this moment, so but I am healing, so thank you so much for your prayers and thoughts in that also. And then when I sat down last week to start recording and programming, I got an emergency phone call. I had to drop what I was doing and stayed the night at the hospital and was able to sit in and remote in and build the session kind of half-fast, but at least I got through the service, or got through the week at least. It was quite a rough week, I'll tell you that much. But this is a new week and I'm excited to get this started, so let's get on it. I am going to be doing a double duty again this week, so I'm going to start with building our session for this weekend for April 13th for Palm Sunday. This is kind of quick and easy, quick and dirty, so most of the songs are fairly new. I don't have much to worry about with these guys. I'm just going to throw this session together. I need to put the order of service together in Pro Presenter still, and then I'm going to get into building the session for Easter next week. This is going to be a two-part series video. Next week's going to be finishing, but this week I'm going to start the Easter service session at least. I did already put together the order of service in Pro Presenter here, so that's kind of ready to go. Now again, I just need to put the service session together, and I'm going to start that today and finish it next week. So let's not get ahead of ourselves, and we're going to start on Sunday. So this Sunday, the last 2 weeks we changed our countdown. So we've been playing Be Glad in the key of B under our countdown. So we're going to do that again this week, and then we'll go straight into the welcome by Pastor Megan. Our worship set is going to be I Know That I Know, Running, Been So Good, The Blood, and then we'll go into Generous Living, bumper video, message by Pastor Lawrence, and then our response song is going to be Fear Is Not My Future, directly into the blessing and final announcements. So I am just going to jump in here and I'm going to open up the week of service. While that's opening and doing its thing, I'm actually going to jump into Pro Presenter here real quick, and I'm going to remove the stuff that we are not playing and add the things that we are. So we're starting off with I Know That I Know is the top song, and then we're going into Run In. And then Been So Good. Blood, which is a new song for us. I built that a few weeks ago. And then Closer in Prayer, Generous Living, and then that's it. Okay, so that's cool. So let's make sure that our commands are in place. I'm gonna go to Run In, that's correct, yes. And let's get rid of this cinematic bar there, and we need the cinematic bar there. Yep, cool, good to go on that. So then now let's jump over here. I Know That I Know. Fear Is Not My Future we're going to end with. Let's get rid of these songs. Did I update this actually before I go too crazy? I think I did. Yeah, sweet. All right, so then save as 13. Collect all and save. Okay. Two is going to be Running, and that is in the key of A. 3, that's in the key of A as well, I think. Oh, key of E. Okay, so this is going to be in the key of E, and then 4 is going to be in the key of A. 4 is the blood. Okay, we don't need that. I think the blood is actually 4/4 if I remember correctly. So first of all, let's throw in Run In. Okay, so now Run In. Okay, let's do that. It is 4/4, so let's change this to 4/4. Find out here where we want to go. No stops. There's a cut in this video, so I have to just make sure that stitches back the way it's supposed to. So let's find out where we want this. Okay, spine bent so good. Bring that in. Bent so good is missing everything. Interesting. What happened with that? Okay, let's save this and let's go find that song and fix it. So Been So Good is broken. What happened to it? Looks like somehow I lost the ALS, huh? Yeah, that's weird. Somehow I lost my ALS, but all right, I got it back. All good. And that is 4/4. So let's go back here now. We're going to open up Palm Sunday. Three. Let's paste that there. Now let's see how this sounds.
One, two, intro, 2, 3, 4.
Hey, that was as Aaron would say, a fire transition. It was fire. Okay, now this needs to go to 4/4. It was fire. Okay, let's see how that flows, and then we're gonna find the blood. And we'll bring that in. And that is it of the songs. So let's see how that sounds.
Frank. One, two, intro, 2, 3, 4. One, two, intro, 2, 3, 4.
Okay, that worked, y'all. That is fairly put together. All right, now let's worry about triggers. Oh, I'm sorry. Keep doing this and getting ahead of myself. We need to worry first about markers. And now MIDI triggers. Good for all my life. happy on everything before I forget that in my future we're ending with this well, which before I go too crazy, here's how my future is. So it's going to 4, and let's change the blood to A. Okay, and the key of A, 3, getting so good.
1, 2, intro. Verse 2.
And oh. Super. Okay, I think Sunday is completely done. At least most of the session programming is put together. I have Pastor Megan welcoming, and then we have Mr. Lawrence preaching. We are good to go, guys. Now we can start on Easter. So let's go here to Easter session. Let's clear out all of our lighting. Okay, so the way we do this is cool. This is going to be the last weekend. This weekend, the 13th, is going to be the last weekend of our Matthew series. We will go back. Technically, the weekend after Easter is the last weekend, but that's kind of like going to be like a purgatory kind of thing, where it's the transition from Easter to All In, which is our new series. All In starts May 4th. So we'll be going from Matthew to Easter, back to Matthew, and then All In from there. So that kind of purgatory interim thing is going to be, when it comes to on a graphical standpoint, I will have to turn some things around. When it comes to a graphical thing, I actually won't have to turn much around because we'll be staying on this outside of, I think maybe the lower thirds I might have to change or update, but Easter has its own look and feel, its own set of modules, and so I don't have to worry about going back and forth. So what we're going to do is we're going to stay in Matthew this week, Easter next week, and then go back to what we have already for Matthew for the next weekend. And then that Sunday module will be changed. All the graphics will be changed to our All In series, which we're going to stay in for, I think it's like a year and a half or something. I'll have to go back to my notes to verify that, but that's what I'm remembering. So let's collect all and save this. Let's just do a collect all and save, and then we'll get straight into Easter from here. This is going to be the fun part. Really get to put my brain to the test. Cool thing about this week, really, or I don't know about cool thing, but a good thing is we're not going too far. We're not going too crazy this year with our Easter programming. So the biggest thing is going to be our opener and baptism videos. Those are really the only thing different from a Sunday programming that's going to require some additional kind of like thought process behind of how I'm going to execute this all. Okay, so then now we're going to save this set as 420, which is Easter, in the root folder. We're gonna hit save. Okay, so it looks like the only songs that are staying in here are I Know That I Know and The Blood. So I can get rid of the rest of these. And then let's do a collect all and save of this just to get started. So song 1 is going to be Goodbye Yesterday in the key of G flat. And then we have got our set. So let's get rid of all of this and start over, huh? Okay, and then we'll move our loops. So we are doing a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 songs, 7 including who else. So we are going to need, it's pretty much going to be like a night of worship. So then let's move these now. Okay, and then we want to extend these guys because we want a, the band is going to pad underneath the host portion. Goodbye Yesterday is not where I know that I know is going to be, so we'll worry about that later. Let's throw in Goodbye Yesterday now. All right, so the opener is going to need to come from Ableton. So let's grab that opener video. So what we're going to do now is let's bring this and find where we want the transition to happen. Alive. 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 Okay, so that is the downbeat. We want you to be right there. Jesus is alive.
2, 3, 4.
Okay, so we'll do that. Don't need to worry about any of this. We'll get rid of you guys. Okay, we will worry about that later. I know that I know is song 2. It's actually song 1. All right, so we're going to rename this. This is going to be in the key of A flat. 3 praise in the key of A flat as well. 4 is the blood in A flat. 5 is King of Kings in D flat. 6 is what a beautiful name. All right, so I have commands here for Ableton song 6. Commands for like all my song triggers here, macros to call the songs. So it makes things a little bit easier. And then 7, yep, 7 works. And then I need one for 8 as well. So we're gonna rename this 8. And then I'll bring this down to 43 and it wakes. Alrighty. Okay, so what Aaron wants to do is stop after each one of these songs. So we're gonna move, I know that I know, to the end here, or to the beginning here, to this locator. Number 2, paste that, and then we'll add a stop here. The blood needs to get moved. Let's move that first. Move that like way over here for now. Worry about that later. Let's move you out of the way though for now. Okay, and then we can get rid of the rest of this, and then we'll go 3. At that downbeat. Time signatures 4/4. Praise we need to bring now. And then another stop. Alrighty. And then for the blood. Time signature is 4/4. Now we can find the blood again. Move it over. For the blood, paste, and then right there. Okay, and then King of Kings. Take you and you, and then we'll cut this and go to 5. Yeah, we're good with that. I don't think it's calling any lighting though. Let's find King of Kings. Yeah, it's definitely calling old stuff, so this needs to be updated.
4.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of stuff to change. We got a light right in my eyes. Okay, so let's link. We'll go to the reset. Let's remove from and see if there's anything we need to remove from here real quick. ASL light needs to be removed. I don't see the house lights getting touched, but I do see no bands. Okay, sweet. No band kicks. Okay, cool. So now let's go back to this. We're gonna go here. We're gonna select song reset, and then we'll do our song reset, and then we'll go to King of Kings, and then we'll bring in our drum light. So my yellow works for me. Okay, and then we need to change, let's see, do we need to change the purple? Then we'll go with everything that's purple. Oh, let's actually go here real quick and fix this. Gotta make sure everything is doing what it's supposed to. All right, so now here, let's move this light that's in my eyes. You are supposed to be down. And then we want everything that's purple, so trust color. You guys. Let's put you on like a cool blue. And then these are not going to be 30. These are going to be 7. All right, I think we're good with that now. Okay, I'll watch that run through here in a little bit, maybe next week if we need to. You guys aren't supposed to be talked to at all. And then let's be 100% sure the band kicks aren't being talked to since we're here. I see color and intensity. Okay, cool. Golden, as they would say, golden. Okay, King of Kings is ready. Now we need to stop there as well. Cool. And then 6, what a beautiful name, is in 4/4. We need to add a stop here as well. Put a stop right there. Okay. And then what a beautiful name needs to get pulled in. 6, paste that there. We'll have a loop with that. Okay, and then now who else? Which will just stay there. I'm fine with that. Alrighty. All right, so now let's collect all and save everything. And then we can kind of go through some of the commands and see how we're doing. Okay, so the songs are put in. Now that the songs are put in, I just need to put the service together, show together here on Super Rec. Oh, Ableton, seriously. I had a feeling you were gonna crash. Okay, so that is ready. Session now is put together. I'm sorry, the show is built. So now we can go down the range of, let's go song 1. So song 1 is going to be G flat. Send to all. Goodbye yesterday. Two is A flat. Oh, gotta do MIDI triggers first, huh? Let's throw in our MIDI triggers. So that's song 3. I'm looking for song 2. And then, of course, I'm getting ahead of myself again. So let's do markers. So it looks like I lost the markers for I know that I know. So since I lost those markers, I need to bring them back in. Somehow. Oh, they're not. Okay. Things. 6. What a beautiful name. 7. What else? Save all of that. Save this again. And Super Rack should be completely done. Now let's go down here to Easter and let's make sure we're calling the correct stuff, playlists. So 7 is going to be 5, playlist number 5. Number 2, 7, 8, 9, 10. 2 is 10. 3 is 11, 12, 13, 14, and then 7 is going to be 17 it is. All right. All righty. Those are put together. What else? Now we are waiting for our baptism testimony videos. We've got all of this graphics look and feel together. Got our Easter countdown. We've got our Easter opener. Okay, so now we need to make sure that this calls 0, which it does. This needs to play, which it does not. Oh, because that swapped that over. So let's add an Ableton Play in there. Okay, so in theory now, when we reset, this is going to be the fun part. All right, so the fun programming side. Now that we've got everything kind of put together and calling correctly, we need to now wrap our mind around how the programming of this is going to be executed. So Sunday morning, we'll come in, we'll hit the reset button, we'll reset the whole look and feel. Of course, our lighting will be different because it'll be reflecting Easter colors. Not going to worry about that now because this is Sunday's look. I feel like we should be calling an Easter pre-service as well. So let's do that next week. And I'm going to make a reminder. I think the videos are fine. The videos I'm just going to call the bumper look. Yeah, I might just call the bumper look. We'll see. Okay, so anyways, look, and then the command will come from the countdown trigger. No, I'm sorry. The countdown will come from here. So the Easter... Let's go to view calendars. We want the calendar 9 and 11 to both trigger a different countdown module. So April 20th, countdown trigger to 9 a.m. is going to call Easter countdown, only this event. And then the countdown trigger 11, same thing, playlist select Easter countdown, only this event. And then I need to add a 7, but I have a feeling I might just do that manually. Okay, so let's test this and see what happens. See, that's exactly what I was afraid of. We can't have this as a background. It has to be a foreground so it plays properly. Okay, let's go here. Reset. Now the countdown, we only want this to happen on, let's make the countdown an announcement. And then we want the pre-service, let's do Easter looks too for everything. So we're currently on pre-service still. Let's build an Easter pre-service look. Let's duplicate this and then it's going to be called. All right, and then we want the side screens to show announcements, not props. We'll get back to that later. Let's make this Easter pre-service. And then why are you clearing out? Okay, we don't want you clearing out. Why are you clearing out? Let's configure our screens. Oop, not our screens. Configure our look. Edit looks. Pre-service Easter. Oh, we don't want to show announcements there. That's why. And then now we also, oh, we do want to see props. Oh, got it. So if I already do that, then this is going to clear out props. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, cool. So let's go back to screens, edit looks, and then we want the side screens to show props. Yes, we're going to save that. And then we're going to trigger it again. And then we're going to trigger our countdown, which will clear the props, start the countdown. And then at the same time, by this point, the lobby will be on program. So we will see this. In fact, as soon as this is done, we will.
Death, where is your sting?
So here we need to go to next half a second. And then we don't need this even. Bring you there. Okay, let's see if that works now. I think I have a lighting release, so I should probably, I don't need to worry about that actually. All right, so we're reset. Countdown happens. At the end of our countdown, let's clear that again. Let's go back to here and then go into the inspector of this. I feel like that's way too long of a wait. Too long of a pause. Yeah. Clear that again. There's our countdown. If we want to call it lighting, bumper lighting. 3, 2, 1.
Jesus is alive.
2, intro, 2, 3, 4.
All right, so that's cool. Opener is ready. Songs are all put in, keys are all put in. I think now at this point is just kind of final touches. Let's make sure that like okay, so let's just go from there. So we'll go from that to the welcome. Change the behavior of this to foreground, and then let's see what happens. Okay, so the problem here is we're calling the baptismal video, which has lost a graphic. So I need to edit this and pull that graphic back in, or a graphic at least. Cool, that looks fine with me. And then it goes from that to loads song, and let's see what this actually loads. So let's remove both of these. And then we'll go to Ableton, and I'm going to track 2 and then play. And then this will have to go to next of half a second. So as soon as it gets triggered,
1,
it
2.
plays. And then we actually don't want cinematic bars in. Let's remove the cinematic bars there. We don't want cinematic bars in any of these songs because it being Goodbye Yesterday, yes. And then who else? Yes. Just not during the baptisms. Okay, cool. Songs happened, and then now bumper. Okay. All right, so all that's good. Let's not worry about anything else for this week, except for I want to make sure it's build lighting. I think I added that. Build a design for Easter look and feel pre-service. Yes. Cool. All right, so that's going to be it for now. For now, I'm going to call this quits, and I'm going to get to a couple other things here. So anyways, in a nutshell, that's that. I'm going to do a run through for this Sunday to call it quits for the day and make sure that this is actually put to bed. So let's save this, and we'll transition everything over and then do the run through and call it done. Well, that's it of week 1 of programming Easter. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. I had a blast. I'm going to finish this next week, and until next time, keep it real, keep programming, and keep serving. Peace out.